bags and tray tables are in their full upright position. Ensure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead bin. Please turn off all electronic devices until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned off. Thank you.
Un de nos membres d'équipage se fera un plaisir de vous aider. Comme il s'agit du premier port d'entrée au Canada, tous les passagers sont tenus de faire un douanement, même si votre destination finale est...
In pursuit of a better life, newcomers, especially asylum seekers and refugees, face numerous challenges. Once they arrive in Canada, one of the primary hurdles they encounter is finding a place to stay as affordable and suitable. Housing can be scarce, particularly in urban centers. The quest for employment presents its own set of difficulties. Language barriers, lack of Canadian work experience, and unfamiliarity with the job market can impede their search for meaningful employment, often leading to underemployment or unemployment. Integration into the Canadian system poses yet another obstacle. Navigating government processes, accessing healthcare and social services, and understanding cultural norms can be overwhelming for newcomers adapting to a new environment and building social networks, which requires time and effort. Despite these challenges, countless organizations, community groups, and government initiatives exist to support newcomers in their settlement journey. These resources provide language training, job placement assistance, and cultural orientation programs to help immigrants integrate successfully into Canadian society.
My name is Rala. I am a career strategist, facilitator, employment counselor, and a certified career development practitioner. I've been in this sector for the past 16 years, and I'm so glad to see so many of my clients finding jobs within their field of expertise, not as entry level, not as labor jobs, but within their expertise. And this is due to me. When I first came to Canada, I struggled a lot, like all newcomers, to work within my field of expertise. I decided to take some courses, and I took courses. While taking the courses, I was given a chance to work in HR. So I learned a lot by working in HR, and then by pure coincidence, I was able to work in a settlement agency that is funded by the government. And the settlement agency, they found out that I'm very strong in employment, because I took 3 years courses to understand what the Canadian market needs. It was basically for me to find out what Canada needs. I never knew that it's going to become a job for me. And it's not a job for me. I discovered it's a passion for me, because every time I'm able to put a smile on somebody's face when they find a job within their field of expertise, I feel like every time I feel like I'm the one who found a job.
When I came to Canada, I found Canada is a beautiful country, very interesting, very impressive. The people loves people. I like the culture and how they integrate with people so easily. I just found it a home to stay.
Canada is a beautiful country. This was the country that I was dreaming for it to be moved in, and finally I made it.
When I reached in Canada, it was very amazing as I came from Africa. the snow, and everything was different for me, but I really appreciate the people, how they welcome the foreigners, and how they handle and how they treat and everything. I don't have any word to express myself.
Canada is the country is human-centered. Everything is for people. The nature, the parks, everything, the rules are for people. That's why it's amazing in my opinion.
My experience here in Canada in the beginning was, I think, one of the best experience because I had the opportunity to share with many people, and the people here is very kind. One of the best things because I was living in a beautiful city, so all the landscapes around me were very, very, very beautiful.
Canada is one of the countries of which I traveled. So it's a very beautiful country, and I can find many friends from multicultural. And Canada is a multicultural country.
When I came to Canada, everything was fine because my auntie came to airport and she picked me up. Everything was fine. The weather, everything is clean here. So I wonder coming here and living here. But at the moment when I stay like 2-3 months, I understand how it's challenging to be a professional employer.
This program was supposed to be in class, but because of the lockdown, we did it online, and it was very surprising for me that it's a lengthy, 6 hours a day for 4 weeks. It's a lengthy process and lengthy time to spend in front of a camera the whole day, and it's very intense, and it needs a lot of assignments to be done, a lot of efforts to be done. So I was very surprised that it went smoothly. Most of the clients, when they hear that they have to spend 6 hours a day, they panic. But then, they find out that, it went smoothly and they are interacting together. It's not a routine. It's engaging everyone. So this is why everybody started enjoying it and not feeling, the 6 hours.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Goldasta. I have a bachelor degree in law and political science. I have been working in monitoring and evaluation for almost 5 years. During this tenure of working, I excelled my experience in planning, implementing a plan, and project management.
I don't consider them students. I call each person, I consider them myself. When I started struggling, the feeling that I had, the sadness, all those feelings that I went through, I feel it in every single person, and I try to help them. And many of them, they trust me and they start following the steps because I made them easy. It's a lot of work, but I made their life easy so they don't have to go and search or whatever. I did all the search for myself to make it easier for them to be able to apply for jobs. But they need, to implement the methods that I'm teaching them. So this is why I say each time and each client, I feel it's myself who is there.
Canada asks for Canadian experience, which we might not have before coming here. And this is one of the negative aspects you might encounter down the road.
I have come to Canada together with my family. At the beginning, it was housing was a big issue for me because nobody was ready to accept us or to give us their houses or apartment or to accept us as a tenant. So after resolving that challenge, now I found the second challenge that I faced was the job without having Canadian experiences.
When it came to integrating myself into the job market, it wasn't so easy because it looks at the Canadian experience. You look at the job, but the job needs you to have permission. You must be having permission to work in Canada. So it became all complex for me to get into the job market. So that's the challenge that I...
Biggest challenges, I'll mention two of them. That is, one was about housing, shelter, because when I had just arrived in Canada, I had paid a hotel for about 2 days, and I was bankrupt then. I was short of funds. Then that was the real challenge of where to sleep, where to find some shelter for my own self.
I think that could be a little bit a hiccup or an issue for newcomers is the Canadian experience, which you might have a problem with. I have master's degree from the States, and I was thinking by carrying such a degree, it will be easy, for me to get a job as soon as I landed in this country. However, I was shocked by asking that I need to have a Canadian experience. So having a Canadian experience could be obtained actually by attending workshops, doing some volunteering jobs, doing part-time or internship. And this is the thing that we have been doing so that we could be blended in the society and be part of this beautiful community.
Try to do activities together, because the first 2 weeks it's gonna be a bit strange on you, and I felt like people were feeling a bit down because they although it was a workshop, online and requirements, but still you're gonna miss something, okay? And this is why sometimes people, they get down the first 1 or 2 weeks. But if you focus on your action plan and you meet, you're gonna stay empowered. You're gonna empower each other.
Helped us understand our long and short-term goals in Canada. Like before joining the program, I didn't have that opportunity or didn't have that thought to give it. But after working on my action plan, it gives you a roadmap of how to live in Canada and what you're expected to do in the next few years.
Mentorship, I think, was very efficient because I think he knows a lot about what she's doing, and she is a person that is very professional, and she put in practice all the things that she learned in the past, and she is trying to give us, I think, the best skills that we need to be competitive.
3 qualities about Mrs. Rala: very professional, very knowledgeable, very committed, and I'll go briefly about those 3 aspects. Professional is she likes what she's doing. She has knowledge of what she's doing. She's very cooperative. For example, she'll speak to you, try to bridge you to feel in love, fall in love with the program.
Instructor named Rala, who has been doing this for a long time. She is a very motivating person. She is encouraging. She is very nice at heart. She is always helping, and she always tells the students, you are not alone here. And this is right, makes you feel that there is somebody there, to help you out, to make you feel that you are part of this environment, and the anxiety will drop automatically when you hear such encouraging and motivating sentences by such an experienced person like Rala.
Rala is our facilitator, and she introduced lots of opportunity and lots of chances, give us the chances to get in the jobs, and how do I grooming up ourselves to get in the job and everything. So she is a very good facilitator to give us the chance to start our new life.
She is a very dedicated person, as I am observing her every day. She is very timingful, as she is a foreigner herself. She knows the challenges, what can difficulties pipes to the especially immigrants. So I really appreciate what she did, because she passed through that pipe and she showed us the paths where we can reach, and not to give up on our dreams and goals.
As a manager, she teaches us how to make a resume, how can we put our achievement on the resume, and how to build our confidence on top of that. So I'm confident. Even I'm confident to speak the English, which was the challenges part.
I didn't know Rala before. The first time was how Rala received me into Costi. When I sent email, the way I was guided by the social worker, the response alone was very impressive. And you know, that time I was in this depression of having no job, into Canadian system, and it was not easy. So she just insists on me, Betty, we are starting on this day, Betty, we are starting. So I just say, this person is looking up to my future. I don't have to let her down. And I joined into the system, and seriously, I started the program. So I knew Rala the first time, but she's a mother, and she's a very, very interesting person. She has passion for what she's doing, and she likes newcomers to Canada. That's one thing. She has given us hope and confidence, and now we feel at home. We really feel that there's someone to stand with us in this journey.
First of all, is the support of my management. My management support is incredible, amazing. You know, like all the programs that I worked with, my immediate managers have been very supportive, very empowering, and you know, it makes my life easy. Plus, you know, usually I explain to all the clients the program and what it contains. So therefore, most of the clients, when they enter the program, they get motivated that there is hope. You know, they see the previous success stories, and they know that there is a hope, and someone is gonna lead them to that. And almost in every workshop I had, on the second or third week of the workshop, before the end of the workshop, my clients who've been here either for months or for years, they start getting interviews and finding job. And I'm so happy. One of my clients, I can tell so many stories, but one of my clients, during 8 months, he kept on getting promotion after promotion, a better job, until he reached a government job. Another story, a person who was ready to leave Canada because for 1 year he was applying, he did not get one decent job within his field of expertise. And then when he attended the workshop, a month after the workshop, he got 30 interviews. So this says a lot. And the funniest one that I had is, in 16 years, I never had this experience. One of my clients from the previous month, she informed me that after sending her resume, 5 minutes later, she was called for an interview.
Pandemic hit January 2020. So everything was shut down. Everyone was locked in. And even though I sent out over 300 resumes, but the resumes I was sending was the previous resumes I had made before even arriving in Canada. And I thought it is such a good-looking resume. To be quite honest with you, but maybe pandemic had something to do with it. The economic downturn because of the pandemic had something to do with it. But I only ended up with one interview. Now, I started, going through 2 years of lockdowns and everything. and receiving so many rejection letters or no replies at all, I started to get depressed. So depression started setting in. I started thinking maybe I'm not good enough. Why is it that I'm sending out all these resumes for these positions which are basically probably 5 levels lower than where I am, and I still don't get anything? So I started doubting myself, and I started losing my self-confidence. I wish that this program was introduced to me the first year I arrived here. And I do recommend the people in the government or whoever is organizing these things, to make sure that people are introduced into these sessions from the very beginning when they arrive here. I was introduced into this session 2 years after. And when I attended, I started gaining my self-confidence back. There was nothing wrong with me. I had a number of factors working against me, which I learned during this course. When I compared my resume after this program with the resume that I was sending out to people, it was the difference of day and night.
These programs are funded by the government. And I've been in several programs where they stopped the funding of the program. Although the program has been very successful, many of the clients who are on social assistance were able to leave Ontario Works and start working, getting salaries, and also contributing in paying taxes. So when the government is stopping funding those programs, these clients are going to stay on social assistance, or the next group of clients, if they don't have this program, they're going to be on social assistance. And therefore, it's more money for them. It costs them more money if they have a program like that than to stop a program. Because the success rate of all the clients who uses all the methods is above 90%. Not for any job, but a job within their field of expertise.
I came to know Costi by searching on the web, because I was trying to find any program, any educational places or services that could provide me and push me to be part of this beautiful community. And I came to know this Costi, and I contacted them, and even I was 2 days late, but I was able to join such a group and a beautiful program, the ITI, in which we learned a lot. It wasn't just only how to prepare yourself to the workplace, but it has a lot of things in which we came to know about the country, the workplace, the employment, the Canadian style, and everything that you need to know so that you become a very great member of such society.
I want to thank my social workers so much for introducing me to Costi program. The first time I just took it for granted, and I remember this question she asked me, Betty, do you want to sit on driver's seat or you want to continue sitting on passenger seat? So it took me the whole day, the whole night, thinking about what the social worker told me. So the next thing, I got back to her and I said, I am ready to join the program. So she referred me to Costi program. I am very happy, and I want to thank our facilitator, Rala.
And you apply for social services, the Ontario Works, they have a helpful and committed team. My caseworker recommended me to join this Costi program. It's for internationally trained individuals. Because if you have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a PhD, they highly recommend this program. And that's how I came to know about the Costi, where my caseworker, the Rala Bagdash, is our facilitator.
From the bottom of my heart, I hope that this program, with all its contents, it continues, because it has been extremely successful. The target has been met halfway through the program, so and the success rate is high. So I really hope that the government will keep on using that funding that program within the contents that has been going on for several years. And in order for us to have these the newcomers succeed in Canada, work and happy and enthusiastic to give back to the community.
Taught how to deliver quality resume and how to express ourselves in the interview so that we can impress the employer and the companies that who are looking for the employees.
Costi program, to be honest, it built my confidence very highly because I was even not speaking with anyone else before. So then it gives the opportunity to outshine my passion. I built my confidence. Now I'm really confident to be a professional worker here in Canada. So that's a good deal.
Every resume, and it was eye-opening, so I just took it. I got that information from my friend.
One of the benefits I think was because I achieve or I try to get a better performance of my professional skills in the Canadian market. So that is something good because I think I'm not losing too much time trying to learn that kind of skills that maybe I will try to learn or I need to take, or I will take many years to learn. So with this course, I think I save time trying to learn these skills and trying to have a best performance.
I gained confidence and have a great idea what I should do.
Try to find a job on my profession since when I come to Canada, but unfortunately I can't because I didn't know how I have to build my resume. After I get this course in Costi, I learned how to write a resume in Canadian style, and it's helped me to apply for a job and get an interview.
Benefits of the program, to me the top benefit would be working on my resume in a professional way, because the resume is your first point of contact with the employers. They see your character, your personality, your education, your experience, just by simply looking at a piece of paper. That should be very, very attractive to them to hire you. So for me, that was a very, very learning process. And the action plan, it helps you focus on your long-term and short-term goals. If you're not working in the short term, what you should be doing. And in the long run, if you're working in a professional company or in a professional environment, do you upgrade your skills? What do you need to do? You look for universities, you look for professional courses. And apart from that, the Costi program, they also helps you understand different professional development courses that you can join.
Personal interest counts a lot as well. So people have to be resilient. Now, this program does not change the personality of people, but people have to do that themselves. They have to be more serious. They have to focus and not lose their focus and continue going and not give up. And basically, I find this program very interesting. And that's why I'm here as a volunteer, to trying to get others moving as well.
I applaud the Canadian government and the good people of Canada to give me an opportunity of integration into Canada. I'll mention the Costi, the ITI program. That is a program that is scheduled for the refugees. It brings you on board. It looks at what your professionalism back home, it gives you direction on how you can build the same here in Canada.
through resilience, determination, and support immigrants, newcomers, refugees, and asylum seekers contribute to the cultural mosaic and economic prosperity of Canada, enriching the Canadian society with their diverse backgrounds and talents.
I got recognition from my work, from my office, from my managers. I've been a speaker in several of our conferences, which was a good recognition, that, I'm doing something right. And just the fact that my managers, they always support me, give me support, and help, all the help that I need. This is a good recognition for me. But from the government, no, I don't. I never heard back. But I got a few times awards, from organization who noticed, like private organization or sectors who noticed all the work and efforts that I'm doing. And I received several awards during those years of 16 years of working within that sector.
Thank you, Rala.
Okay.
On the long-term and short-term goals, if you're not working in the short term, what you should be doing, that is a framework that should be very, very effective.
I can do all that I set my mind to do. I can work, stop playing work if you want me to. I can watch you for a second and do what you do. I can do. It's all in the mind. If you think it, then you can do. The fighting spirit, you can make it if you wanna do. No need to panic, be determined and you will do. Forget those talking, take it talking, cause they cannot do that. I can do, I can do, do all, do all, do all, do. I can do, I can do, do all, do all, do all, do. I can do, do all, do all, do all, do. I can do all, do all, do all, do all, do. It's all in the mind. If you think it, then you can do. The fighting spirit, you can make it if you wanna do. No need to panic, be determined and you will do. Forget those talking, take it talking, cause they cannot do. Anytime you call me, I'll be there to show you what I want. Anytime you call me, I'll be there to show you. Because for you, I'll take up the task, take up the challenge. Ooh, and I'm pushing myself and aiming for the best.
Yes,